Hey everyone, welcome back to Learn English Hub. I'm Sally.
And I'm Missy. Today, we're diving into something that every English learner needs, how to talk about your job.
Exactly, because no matter where you live, one of the first questions people ask is, so what do you do?
And that question can sometimes make people freeze. They know the answer, but they're not sure how to say it naturally.
That's what we're fixing today. We'll talk through all the key phrases, phrasal verbs, and idioms you need to sound like a native speaker when you describe your work life.
And we'll also give you higher level equivalents, so you can sound fluent and professional, not just correct. All right, let's start simple. Sally, how do you usually answer when someone says, "What do you do?"
I usually say I work as an English teacher or I work in education, depending on the situation.
Right, that's an important distinction. When you say, "I work as," you're talking about your exact position, like, "I work as a nurse," or "I work as an architect." But if you say, "I work in," you're talking about the general field. "I work in healthcare," "I work in design," "I work in finance."
Yeah, and a lot of learners make that mix-up. I remember one of my students said, I work like an engineer, which sounds funny in English. That means you pretend to be one.
Right. So remember, work as for your job title, work in for your field.
Now, what if I want to say what I actually do at work, my responsibilities?
Then you can say, "I'm responsible for," or "I deal with." For example, "I'm responsible for managing client accounts."
Or I deal with customer complaints.
Exactly. And if you want to sound even more professional, you can say, "I oversee," or "I coordinate."
That's a good one, coordinate. Like, I coordinate communication between departments.
Now, daily tasks, this is where phrasal verbs start to show up all over the place.
Oh yes, phrasal verbs are the secret code of workplace English.
Totally. So, for example, instead of saying, "I perform inspections," you can say, "I carry out inspections."
Right, and that just sounds more natural. Or instead of I manage customers, say I deal with customers.
Or instead of "I submit my reports," you can say, "I hand in my reports."
Nice. And what about I'm learning new skills? You could make it I'm picking up new skills.
Oh, that's one of my favorites. Pick up means learn something naturally without formal study. Like, I picked up a bit of Spanish when I worked in Madrid.
Yeah, that's exactly how people talk at work. They don't say I acquired skills, they say I picked up skills.
So, Misi, how would you talk about your career path? Like the experience part?
I'd say something like, "I've been working in this field for about 6 years. I started out as a junior designer, and then I moved up the ladder to become a creative director."
Perfect. Started out as means your first role, and moved up the ladder means you got promoted. You advanced in your career.
Exactly. And if you want to sound more formal, you can say, "I began my career as," or "I progressed to a senior position."
Yeah, and here's another good one. I changed jobs or I switched companies. You could also say I transitioned to a new role, which sounds really professional.
What if you leave a job?
Well, there are different ways. If you leave by choice, you quit or resign. If your company lets you go, you can say, I was fired, but that's a bit harsh. I was let go sounds softer.
Yeah, let go is polite. Fired feels dramatic.
Yeah, like you're fired. That's straight out of a movie.
Okay, let's talk about describing your work environment.
Sure, mine is pretty relaxed, but still busy. I could say I work in a fast-paced environment.
That's a great one. Or, "It's a demanding but rewarding job." Demanding means it requires a lot of effort, but rewarding means it feels good because you achieve something meaningful.
You could also describe it as a dynamic workplace. That means things change and evolve quickly.
And don't forget to talk about atmosphere. You can say the team is really supportive, or the atmosphere is friendly and collaborative.
And when people ask about what's important to you, you can mention work-life balance, career prospects, or professional development. Those are advanced but natural expressions.
Exactly. For example, I love this company because they really value work-life balance.
Now, let's talk about ambitions. How you can describe what you want to do next.
Oh, yes, this is useful for interviews too. You can say, I'm aiming to take on more leadership responsibilities.
Or, I'm working towards becoming a manager.
Another one, I'm striving to enhance my skills. Strive means to work really hard towards something.
You could also say, I'm eager to broaden my experience, or I'm keen to explore new opportunities.
Broaden my horizons is a great idiom for that. It means you want to grow and experience new things.
All right, let's move to career changes. This is where phrasal verbs come alive.
Like set up. I set up my own business last year. That means you started it.
And branch out, where branching out into online services. It means you're expanding into new areas.
Or take over. Our company took over a smaller firm. That means you gained control of another company.
Right, and if someone decides to leave their job permanently, you can say, step down. She stepped down as CEO.
And if they're trying to save money, they cut back. Like, we're cutting back on hiring. Okay, let's end with some fun work idioms.
Yes, my favorite part.
Hit the ground running. That means to start a job full of energy. Like, she hit the ground running on her first day.
Or get the ball rolling, to start something. Let's get the ball rolling on this project.
Think outside the box. Be creative.
Back to the drawing board. Start again after something fails.
Or we're all in the same boat. We share the same problem or challenge.
Pull your weight. Do your fair share of the work.
That's a good one for lazy coworkers. Come on, pull your weight.
Every office has one, trust me.
All right, that's it for today's episode. You've learned how to describe your job, your experience, your workplace, and your goals all with natural English.
Exactly. Remember, it's not about memorizing vocabulary, it's about using it. Try talking about your job in front of a mirror or record yourself and listen back.
You'll sound more confident every time.
Thanks for joining us on Learn English Hub.
Until next time, keep learning, keep improving, and what was that phrase again?
I like hit the ground running.
That's the one. See you next time, everyone.